Awesome. So welcome everyone here to our masterclass. Again, for those just joining, my name is Heather Choate. I am the co-owner and co-founder of High Thrive Coaching with my partner, Mark Johnston, and super grateful and excited to be here with you today. You guys have been letting me know in the chat where you're joining me from all over the world. We've got some Canadians, we've got some here in the US, like I am in Colorado, and of course, all the other different states as well. And we even have someone from Scotland. We'll see if someone from Australia, New Zealand, sometimes we even get South Africa, and all across Europe often join as well. So excited and grateful that you are here as we talk about how to save my marriage without wasting years in therapy, okay? This is going to be a very different approach to saving marriage, something that you've never heard before. And I can say that because I know that no one else knows what we know. We've been doing this a long time, since 2016, and we've helped tens of thousands of people just like you to save their marriage from divorce, to end affairs, to end the stagnation, the stonewalling, the surface level elements of a relationship, and really have a truly happy marriage. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, I want to make this a very interactive experience with you, not just a monologue of me talking at you, but I want to have this be a dialogue. So please use the chat. Let me know what's going on with you, where you're at with things. I'm going to do some polls and some live exercises with you. So make sure you weigh in and let me know where you're at. That way I can go deeper into whatever most of you are going through, okay? So please use the chat. I'm going to have Coach Linda, I believe, is joining us today, and she's going to be helping me with the chat as well to make sure we get all your questions answered so that you have a powerful breakthrough. I'm going to share some really important information, but here at High Thrive Coaching, it's not just about information, it's about transformation, okay? So who here is like, I've had enough information, I want some transformation, I want some results, and I wanted them like yesterday, right? I don't have a lot of time to waste with my spouse. It doesn't feel like we have very long, maybe divorce is on the table. And so you're like, I got to get going on things here. All right, awesome. Let me know. Yeah, Mark says results would be great. Absolutely. And Bradley, you're able to participate in your first group call last night. So you have joined the program and it was helpful for sure. Very important to join and participate. Awesome. Very cool. Keith says results. Awesome. So I'm going to launch a poll. Let me go over to my little menu and launch a poll here. I want to know, what is your primary problem? Okay. Who is this for? What are most of you dealing with? Are you couple A? Divorce filed. Maybe your spouse has a lawyer, they've talked to a lawyer, maybe they've already filed for divorce or threatened divorce. You want to know what you can do to stop it and get them back for good. Couple B, you just have no trust and maybe there are affairs going on, maybe even multiple affairs. Maybe they've had multiple affairs or you've had multiple affairs, or there are just other major trust issues. You want to be able to heal the damage between you so you can trust each other again. And then couple C would be communication challenges. Maybe they are blocking you, maybe they're ignoring you, or maybe they just won't open up. Maybe everything's turning into a fight and you want to know how to really open up communication, how to have respect, and how to build some connection. So thank you guys for weighing in on the poll. Appreciate that truly. All right, I'm going to end it and show you guys the results. Okay. So 45% of you said divorce filed, 45% of you are talking no trust and affair, and 9% of you are saying that communication is probably the biggest challenge right now. Wow, so it's like split almost 50-50, not exactly, but split really evenly there between divorce and affairs. So I'll make sure that I touch on both of those really deeply. And as a thank you guys for coming to the masterclass today. I have a free guide for you. We normally charge like $47 for a training like this, but I want to give it to you guys so that you can start to get some results right away in your relationship. So this is our 7 proven conversations starter guide. And these are things that you can use in your marriage right away to be able to help open up that communication and get it to a deeper level. Now, I believe it was, who was it? My friend up here. It was Glenn. I'm hoping to open up communication beyond the surface level. So I personally been married almost 16 years come December 30th with my husband, Ben. We have 8 children together. And we've definitely seen our shares of ups and downs and marriage struggles. He tends to be the one that pulls away and withdraws and stonewalls and kind of shuts me out. And when every time he does that, it freaks me out. And so I tend to be the one that pursues or chases or tries to fix things and tries to get him to open up. And more often than not, I would just get those one-word answers, right? And so what I found is that these are great ways to open up communication beyond just the one-word answers. You'll see over in the chat, you can just get this free guide. Go ahead and fill out this little quick form and we will send you that guide via text or email. So it's over in the chat. Just go ahead and click that link real quick, fill that out, and we'll make sure that we send that to you just as a thank you for coming and to reward you guys for being the action takers. So something special about you, that you're here and you're wanting to work on your marriage, you're wanting to improve things, you're at least wanting to explore what's possible here, right? And so that is super awesome, and we want to reward that. Now, welcome to Tanya. Thank you, Tanya, is our coach today. She's going to be helping you guys over in the chat. So say hello to her, and she'll be reaching out to you guys and chatting with you over there to answer any questions that you have that I may miss as I'm talking to y'all live, okay? All right, awesome. So after working with, like I said, thousands of couples now, we have over 12,000 active students in our Teachable program right now. We found that there's one little thing that's a big reason why marriages are ending in divorce. I say it's something insane because literally no one else is talking about it. And yes, Tanya, I will promote you to co-host. I'm seeing you are like, hey, I need to be co-host. So give me just a minute. All right, Tanya, you are now a panelist and you can help everyone with the chat over there as well. So welcome everyone to Tanya. Thank you. All right, so this is something, it's truly insane and no one else is talking about it. Why are they not talking about it? Because they don't even know what it is. We didn't even know what it was until we'd been doing this a long time. And we realized if we were missing it, so was everyone else. And that's why so many marriages were still ending in divorce. I don't want you guys to miss this. So please make sure you stay to the end so that you get the full picture of what this secret, this insane thing really is all about, okay? Whoa, what is happening to my slides here? There we go. I got a new laptop and it's touchy. I gotta be careful here. All right, so I wanna do another exercise with you guys. Let me know, what have you already done to try to solve this? Raise your hand, let me know in the chat. Have you tried counseling? Have you tried therapy? Have you tried marriage books, programs? I've done all of these things. I've read The Love Dare like 4 or 5 times. And I thought that if I just like did service to my husband to death, like then he would be happy and loving towards me. And it just didn't really work. And I've done the love languages and thought, okay, that makes sense. If I just do this love language thing, then he's not going to be so shut out and we're going to have a happy marriage and not want to get a divorce. And it was not enough. Like it was just so surface level, right? How many of us have been told to work on ourselves? Keith, yeah. Lisa says all of the above. I see you guys over there. Mark, you've tried counseling. So working on yourself, that's a really popular notion. Over the last years, as we've been doing this, I'm hearing this more and more and more. People are saying, work on yourself. If you want to have a happy relationship, just work on you, okay? And so we do that a lot. Yeah, Michael, yeah, work on yourself is a load of horse bucky. Oh, that makes me laugh. Bill, all the above. John, I'm really struggling and feel I'm heading for a divorce after 33 years of marriage. 33 years of marriage is a long time. And that's really hard to feel like you now may be losing this person that you've been with for so long. Maybe you have children together, maybe you even have grandchildren, and all these lives are going to be affected at this point, right? Mark, counselors seem to repeat what I was telling him. Yeah, so you just kind of go in circles, round and round and round. YouTube videos, right? Okay, so do you guys want to know why these haven't worked for you? Because they haven't worked, otherwise you wouldn't be here, right? See, you know, when we would ask people, our clients, even before they join, like, how are you doing working on yourself or trying to handle this yourself or just trying to do it yourself? They would say things like, I'm doing good. I'm losing weight. I'm spending more time at home. I work out more. Maybe I don't work so much at the job. I'm more patient with the kids. I stopped complaining. I stopped nagging. I stopped neglecting her. I stopped having the affair. I stopped whatever the behaviors they said they didn't like. And now I'm doing everything that they said they wanted, right? I meditate and all of that. And then we would ask them, well, okay, that's good. You're making progress on yourself, but how is your marriage? And their face would fall and they would say, we're still getting a divorce, or my spouse is still not willing to work on things with me. Does it sound familiar? Right? Does it? Sounds familiar to me. So do you guys want to know why these really don't work? Mark, you're talking about, yes, you have all these grandchildren and all of this family going on, one grandchild. Yeah. All right. So all of those things, working on yourself, going to therapy, all these like do-it-yourself methods, all the books, all the YouTube videos, the programs, some of them can be good for you, right? But in and of themselves, they're not the solution to save your marriage. They're not. If they were, then everyone out there that's working on themselves or going to counseling and therapy, which is a lot of people. Think about it. Most people are working on themselves in some way. Like most people want to improve themselves. Most people are trying to be a little better, right? But if that alone were enough to have a healthy relationship, then everyone would already have a healthy relationship. Make sense? So in and of itself, it's not the solution not the solution to save your marriage. The solution is to work on changing your spouse's beliefs and their story about you. Okay? Kind of like in marketing. So also known as kind of marketing yourself to your spouse. In marketing, what's the first thing you want to do? You want to get people's attention, right? Because you don't have time to waste. And then after you've got their attention, you want to quickly build what's called the know, like, trust factor. I know you, I like you, I trust you. So then they'll want whatever it is that you're offering. So in a similar way, we want to do this with your spouse, because if they're saying, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. I'm in love with someone else. I'm not happy here. I don't get what I want. I want a divorce. I want to be separate. I need space. I need to find myself. All of those things. Then time is not on your side. It's just not. And we don't have time to waste. And so sometimes therapy and these other things can be good, but they just simply take too long. And they take too long and they're either ineffective or they completely backfire, which is not what I want for you. So we're going to show you how to get your spouse's attention quickly so they want to hit the pause button. Okay? The pause button is where your spouse is no longer pulling further away from you. So let's pay attention to that as we talk about the next steps, okay? If your spouse hasn't yet hit that pause button, then we need to get you there. And I'll show you how we can do that. And I know that we can do it because we do it with all kinds of couples dealing with all kinds of situations, all right? How do we do that though? All right, so it's really important. This is what most people are completely missing, is the power of the story. So I want to know, what is your spouse's story about you? So in other words, what are the things that they are saying? What are the reasons that they're justifying what they're doing? What are their excuses? What is the story that they have about you and about the marriage? So let me know in the chat, because this is important. We need to address this story or they're not going to come back to you. Okay? Is your spouse's story that you won't change? Let me know what, these are some common ones. So let me know in the chat exactly what your spouse is saying to you. All right. Maybe I see that you're changing, but the change is only temporary. If I come back to you, then you'll just go back to the way that it was and I'm done. I don't want that. Lisa never loved them and I hated them. Mark, trust is not there for them. Respect. Oh, that you weren't there for them. Respect and won't change. Keith, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Yeah, I can't trust you. That's such a common one. I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Not standing with them. I need to find myself. I can't be happy here. It'd be great if she said, and the love, but not in love. Yeah, you're thinking that would actually be better, Michael, right? That I controlled them, Lisa says. Glenn, she wants to live on her own. She needs her independence. Lisa, I'll never be happy. She tells me she is done. Okay, Michael, got it. I don't get what I want. Okay, so my friends, can you see that you're not alone? Everyone here has a spouse that has a negative story about them, a negative belief about them. Lisa, you're saying that he says I'm controlling and aggressive. Susanna, he was unhappy, not happy with who he was becoming. Yeah, so you're not alone. Most of our clients have a story similar to that, of what your spouse was saying before they join, including a client named Leah. Her husband said that she didn't support him emotionally. And so that justified him in having an affair and saying that he wanted to leave her and their newborn son a month before the baby was to be born. That's the kind of situation, that's exactly where Leah was when she first joined with us. Do you guys want to hear her story a little more? I'm happy to pull back the curtain and share it with you. All right. So if you want that, let me know and I'll circle back to it and we can go deeper into how Leah was able to turn that situation around. Before we do that though, I want to know, where do you really want to be? Keith, you're saying yes. Awesome. 3 months from now, where do you want to be 3 months from now? John, Keith, Lisa, all of you here, where do you want to be 3 months from now? You know, here we are at November, we're talking like January. So at the beginning of the new year, right? 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now. Lisa says, happily married. Let me know in the chat, where do you really want to be? Glenn, living with my partner and my kids. Mark, happy. Go a little deeper. What does that look like to live with your partner and your kids? Glenn, what is the feeling that you have in your heart as you're coming home at the end of the day? What's the expression on your spouse's face? How do you embrace each other? How do you spend your evening hours together? What things do you love to do together? Mark says, wear my rings, do things together. How do you fall asleep at the end of the night? What's the feeling inside of you? No longer worried and obsessed about it. You know, that anxious knot in your stomach, can't focus at work, but you wake up with peace. You wake up with a feeling of like the weight is just lifted. How good would that feel? Keith says, Mark, wearing my wedding ring, do things. John, with my spouse, or at least civil. And then I saw Keith's happy, back together with my wife and kiddo. Susanna, in a committed relationship and have vulnerability. I'm so lost, can't cope at night. John, you're saying right now. Okay, Bill will talk deeper about that. Glenn, I want to be greeted with a smile and a hug and have a meal with my family. So how great would that feel? All right, this is really important here, guys. I talk to so many people every day about their marriages. Not only am I working with clients one-on-one and their spouses eventually when they get on board too, but I'm talking to you guys on Facebook. I'm talking to you on YouTube. I'm talking to you wherever you want to talk to me, I'm talking to you, right? So I talk to a lot of you and I know how much this means to you, but I often see that so many people think that they're doing the right things and they have no idea that what they're doing is actually backfiring. And even more than that, I see so many people just drifting and feeling completely lost and overwhelmed and hopeless. But what you just did right here is so important because you decide where you want to go. And if you don't decide where you want to go, then who will? Like, who will? If you don't decide, who's going to decide for you? Is your spouse going to decide for you? No, they've already made their own decisions, right? They're already going on their own direction. Is your mom going to decide for you? As much as she loves you, she can't. Only you get to decide where you're going to go. So you decide where you want to go. Like, you guys just chose your destination and then we help you get there. You don't have to do it alone. We show you exactly how to go from where you are to where you really want to be. All right. So just think about how awesome it's going to be for you when you get there. Cool. All right. So I want to ask you, which of these benefits are you the most excited about to experience in your marriage with this method? So let me know. All right. Is it immediate relief from the fear and the tension that are between you right now? Maybe the fear that's in you and the fear that's in them and just this tension that you have. Is it opening communication so that you can talk about anything? Or is it feeling safe and secure as you restore trust, knowing that this affair has ended, that all the broken promises have ended, and that you're both working together on things again in a way that feels safe and secure to both of you, okay? Or is it having them want to spend time with you again, wanting to be with you, craving being around you again? Michael says all of them, 1, 2, 3, 4. Glenn, opening communication and understand each other's needs. Bill says 4, Lisa says 4, Neil says 4. Awesome. Very cool. Thank you for weighing in. So the bottom line is, guys, you just chose your destination, okay? You choose your destination of where you want to go and we will help you get there. Now, my husband here in Colorado, he works at with the Air Force. He teaches pilots how to fly. So he's a pilot and he teaches brand new Air Force cadets how to fly. And one thing I've learned, as you know, probably know, they always choose their destination and then they chart their flight plan, right? And they say, I'm going here on this little point on the dot. This is where I'm going. And what I've learned is that after a pilot takes off, whether they're a small plane like my husband flies or the really big pilots, you know, that fly the huge aircraft with autopilot and all that stuff, is that 99% of the time after a pilot takes off, they're actually off course, which I thought was really weird because how do you ever get anywhere if 99% of the time you're actually off course? I think that's really strange. Well, what I've learned that they do is they make these course corrections. Here a little bit, there a little bit. You know, the wind blows them off course and they have to adjust. They make these little course corrections all the time. Sometimes they have to make some big course corrections. You know, if an unexpected storm comes up, like my husband was fighting tornadoes over Kansas this summer and had to divert 3 hours out of the way to get around it, but he held fast to the destination he wanted to go and he got there. He could have just said, oh, I have to divert 3 hours. I have to go down to Texas. I might as well just end up in Mexico. And that would be that. And he'd be living in Mexico and he never would have made it home. You know what I mean? So he held fast to his destination. And no matter what challenges presented themselves, you get to that destination. So you guys just chose your destination of where you want to go. And it's your job to hold fast to that. Okay, that is your job. And it is our job to help you make those course corrections so you can get there. Make sense? All right, awesome. So with our path process, the method that we take you through, you are where you are. And we say, okay, this is where you are. And the first thing that we always do is what's called a root assessment. And that's where we go in and we do a deep root analysis of what's going on in the relationship. We uncover the 3 to 5 of the deeper root issues that your spouse has that is causing them to believe this story about you, okay? And I just want to go into this a little bit because this is where most people, they never do this step. They never get this figured out. And it's why most people don't save their marriage is because they don't get a root assessment, okay? And I like to this analogy here that you can't read the label when you're inside the bottle. Makes sense, right? We're all inside the bottle of our own marriage and we can't read the label. And that's why it's so important that you have an expert read the label and they can accurately diagnose exactly what's going on here and prescribe the right treatment plan to get you to that result. So after we do that root assessment, we say, okay, is there trust? Yes or no? If there's not, we know exactly what to do. You're going to go down this track and make these course corrections to regain that trust with your spouse. Yes, there is trust now. Cool. Let's go on to communication. Is there an ability to handle and resolve issues in a healthy way? Yes or no? Yes, there is. Great. Go right on to connection. And then you go to the next milestone there. Okay. And no, awesome. We know exactly what to do to help you guys build up those healthy levels of communication so that issues can be resolved healthfully, respectfully, and effectively, and in a way that does not backfire. Okay. So what we do is we guide you through each and every one of these checkpoints and help you make those course corrections so that you get to the result that you want. Make sense? All right. So you choose your destination. We help you get there. All right. So, but before we do that, the first step to save your marriage is to get open, meaningful communication open. Okay. So do you guys want to see how our clients like Leah, like we mentioned earlier, her husband was having an affair, wanted to leave her before the birth of their first son. They went from having almost no communication and very closed off communication. He said, I'm done. I don't want to work on things with you. I'm not interested in doing this, to being able to have really good, open, respectful, meaningful communication again. We said, all right, we got yes. Keith said yes earlier. Awesome. I believe this, Keith. Yeah, sure. Cool. All right, awesome. So I want to know, where are you at with your communication right now? I want to do what we do in the root analysis where we do like your marriage health score. I want to take your pulse and see how healthy your communication is or is not. So we know where we're starting, okay? If you're level 1, put this over in the chat, let me know. You haven't talked in over a year, okay? You haven't seen each other, no emails, no in-person, no phone, nothing, okay? 2, your spouse maybe has blocked your phone number. You can't text him or her, okay? 3, we talk 1 to 2 times per month over phone or text, nothing in person right now. Maybe there's even a restraining order going on. 4, we talk 1 to 2 times per month face-to-face. You're able to see each other at least 1 to 2 times per month face-to-face, even if it's about the divorce, even if it's about, you know, the kids or something surface level, okay? And then level 5 would be we talk 1 to 2 times per week face-to-face, okay? All right, we've got 4, 2, all right. Let me know where you guys are at. So Keith, a level 2, that your spouse has blocked your phone number. How often are you actually communicating? I really need to know that so that I can be able to guide you best. This is a big point to know if there's hope for you or not. And I'm not here to paint a fairy tale picture, so I'm going to give it to you really straight. If there isn't hope for you, then it's better to know that and then move on. All right, Glenn, 5, Lisa, 5, Melissa, 4 and 5, Mark, 5+. Glenn, we talk every day, so you're like a level 6. Awesome. Okay. Bill, we talk almost every day. We co-parent face-to-face a few times per week. Bill, awesome. Okay. You're not allowed to until April 11th. Okay, Keith, gotcha. So that is definitely going to be a more challenging situation. If you have no communication at all and no way to talk to each other, then there's no way to try to get them back. All right. That doesn't mean that there might not be opportunity more towards April, but for now, my friend, that's what it is. I just got to give it to you really real. Okay. That is unfortunate. And I wish I could tell you that there was a magic wand, but if you really can't talk until April, then this isn't going to work, because there's just no way that you can connect with her or, make any progress in the relationship if you aren't even communicating at all. So I just want to be really real with you. Okay. But for those that are at level 4 or 5, I want to let you guys know that there is hope for you. Okay. As long as you're talking at least a couple times per month, there is hope for you. And Keith, my hope and my prayer, my intention for you is that come April, we're able to work with you on that when there is time for you to be able to talk at least a few times per month. If you're talking even a few times per month, there's more hope than you possibly realize. What we need to do, though, is make every interaction as effective as possible, and so it doesn't backfire. Now, there's a couple things that get in the way of having really great communication and be able to build some connection. Remember, we got to get their attention in the right way. So we want to stop getting their attention in the wrong way, which is what most people do. Most people are making some of these mistakes, and I'll raise my hand and say, I've done all of them, okay? What about demanding, right? Demanding that they work on the marriage. You need to do this with me. You need to honor your marriage vows. You need to leave your affair partner. You need to change so that I can feel better about myself, right? Demanding that our spouse does these things. You need to do this for the kids. How could you do this, right? What about manipulating? Mark and I just did a podcast on Tuesday about manipulating. If you want to listen to that, I encourage you to check it out on our YouTube channel, okay? About manipulating. I'm going to take the kids, these scare tactics. If you sleep with that person, I'm going to sleep with whoever I want to. I'm not coming home. I'm going to wreck your credit. I'm going to ruin you financially. I'm going to take the kids. All of these scare tactics, trying to manipulate our partner not to leave us. And sometimes we don't even realize consciously that this is what we're doing. But does it ever work? No. It never, ever works. It will only backfire. And I just want to point this out. If it did work and your spouse came back to you because you're manipulating them or threatening them, is that what you really want? Is that the kind of help you want? Is that a relationship built on a strong foundation? Okay. What about the pleading, the begging, the acting out of desperation? Mark, you said that that's exactly what you've done. Pleading, freezing to avoid more arguing. Yeah, exactly. You said it today, we can fix it, but we can only do it together. Michael, yep. Pleading makes her stronger, meaning like more powerful, or like you don't have as much say here. Curious what you mean with that, Mark. And acting out of this desperation, okay? And then what about freezing? We don't know what to do. We're afraid of doing the wrong thing, so we end up doing nothing out of fear. And meanwhile, our spouse pulls more and more away. Okay, gotcha, Mark, thanks. All of these, what do they do? What do? They only push your spouse further away. And this might be a big aha moment for a lot of you right now. You're saying, oh my goodness, I've been doing that. And now I can see why my spouse is pulling further away. Even if you're saying, please don't go, please come back to me, please give me another chance, please, 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 please. You might think that you're showing your spouse, I'm willing to fight for this marriage. But when you're coming from a lot of fear and desperation, it doesn't feel safe, because we never feel safe around someone that's really fearful, that's really tense, that's really full of a lot of desperation. They will sense it and it will only push them further away. And that's the exact opposite of what we will show you how to do. So here's what we want to do to get their attention the right way, to get them to hit that pause button, okay? First, we take the pressure off. Take the pressure off of them, take the pressure off of you, take the pressure off the marriage. Why is that so important? In other words, trying to make things light. When you're putting the pressure on, they have no other option at this point, if they're already pulling away, than to move further away, because pressure negates. It repels the thing that you want the most. And so when you take the pressure off, you create space to receive the things that you want, and your spouse will notice it. I'm working with a client right now. I'll just change his name to Dave, but he finally got this. And he said, okay, I'm taking the pressure off. My wife, I'll call her Lindy. And so Dave and Lindy are now in the place where the pressure's off. And now Lindy hit the pause button. She's no longer running out the door like a bat out of hell as fast as possible, right? So when you take the pressure off, your spouse will notice it and they will hit that pause button. If your spouse hasn't hit the pause button yet, we need to get you there, and we need to get you there fast. And we'll show you exactly how to have your spouse hit that pause button, okay? Because the pause is powerful. It's powerful, all right? Now, after your spouse hits the pause button, we start to increase understanding. We start to show them, hey, I see that this is where you really are. And I want to understand where you're coming from. And that makes them crave being around you and wanting to talk to you and opening up communication, because nothing feels better than when someone really gets you, right? If you're talking to someone and you feel like they just understand you, oh, we crave that, don't we? So when you can provide that to your spouse, and not a gimmicky way, but a genuine way, they will feel it, and they will be like, oh my goodness, there is something different about Glenn. There's something different about Keith. There's something different about Mark and Lisa and Michael. There is something different here. What is it? I actually feel like I can talk to you. You're a safe place for me. You've changed and I notice it. All right. And after we've got their attention here, now we build a little bit of curiosity, okay? That they're going to start to question their story about you. They're going to start to question, could I really be happy here? Do I really need to go through with the divorce? Do I really need to be with that affair person? Or could I really be happy here? And that's exactly what will guide you to do, and exactly where you want to be at this stage, is a place where your spouse starts to question their narrative about you, okay? This is a lot different than what most people do. Most of us, we say, okay, you've got this belief about me. I know I do this too, right? And I don't like it when someone has a negative belief about me, and I try to defend myself against it. I try to prove that it's not true. I try to make them see who I really am. But anytime we do that, it never works. Why? Well, the story that they have about you, they've built up over the past weeks, months, sometimes even years. I know one of our clients here, you've been married for 33, 32 years, right? And so you could have a story that's been built up over a lot of years. And here's the kicker, is that whether it's true about you or it's not true, or maybe it's a little mix of both, actually doesn't matter. It matters to you, like it matters a lot to you, but it doesn't matter to them, because to them, it is true. And when we can show that we validate that that's where they are, that lowers that defense mechanism. It's the first step to lowering that self-defense mechanism. It's not saying that I agree with what you're doing, or that what you're doing is okay or healthy or good, but it's saying, I see that this is true for you. I see that this is where you're at. I see that you believe this about me. I see that you believe this way, or you feel this way. And that validation lowers that defense mechanism, because they no longer feel like you're trying to defend yourself against them, and they're trying to prove they're right, and you're trying to prove I'm right, and you just go back and forth and you pull further and further away. So what we want to do is, instead of repelling each other like magnets flipped on the wrong ends, we want to start drawing your spouse to you naturally in a way that feels really good and really light and really free to both of you, so that you're drawn naturally together, just like you were when you were first falling in love, and you just have that natural attraction back together, okay? So that is step one. I want to know, this is a lot, right? Most people don't do this, and they don't get this because they don't know how to hit that pause button. And if you've already hit the pause button and you're stuck there, then you need to go on to step two, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But to get to the pause button, I want to know, what do you guys think will help you get there the most? Is it having a coach tell you exactly how to respond to text messages from your spouse, or emails, or in-person kind of conversations with your spouse? You're like, they sent me this, I have no idea how to respond. Every time I do it, it totally backfires and they pull away more, or they just throw it in my face and it's angry and it's yucky and I don't even know what to do, right? And we'll guide you and coach you on exactly what to say. I was doing that with my client Dave yesterday, coaching him on exactly how to bring up a difficult conversation with his spouse. Is it B, showing you how you may unintentionally be pushing them further away? You may be pushing them further away and you don't even realize it. So many times I see so many well-meaning people that care so much about their marriage and they think they're doing the right things and they have no idea that it's actually completely backfiring. Like sending her 10 text messages a day and she's told you to stop texting, but you just can't help it. And you just feel like you've got to do it to show her you want to save the marriage. And it's totally backfiring and you don't even realize it, okay? Or is it 3, or B? I think I did letters. So this is A, B, C. There we go. Keep it straight. All right, help you know how to take the pressure off so that your efforts don't keep backfiring. And so that your spouse will actually hit that pause button, like Bill says. All right. And guide you on how to have, this is D, guide you on how to have the hard conversations that they've been resisting. So let me know in the chat, which one do you think it is? Is it that would help you the most? A, having a coach tell you exactly how to help you with messages and conversations, the exact wording to use. Mark says A. Is it B, showing you how your efforts might unintentionally be backfiring? Is it C, show you how to take the pressure off so they no longer run away? Or is it D, guide you on how to have the hard conversations that you've been resisting or they've been resisting? Mark says A, Stephanie says A. Oh, so many coming in. A, B, and C. Susanna, Glenn, D, Neil, B. Hi, Neil. Lisa, D. Awesome. Another Lisa, D. Okay, cool. Thank you, guys. We can absolutely help you get there, which means that after you've opened up communication, just remember, it can usually be a little bit ugly at first. Now we go on to step 2. Now your spouse has hit that milestone. Remember my little graph, right? You are where you are. And we hit the milestone where your spouse is no longer pulling further away. They've hit that pause button. Now we go on to step 2. And I just want to note here that unlike therapy and other programs, what this is, it's a proven system to save your marriage. And it requires that you follow every step and that you don't solve problems out of order. You can't go from here to the moon in one jump, right? You can't go from where you are right now to happy, blissfully married in 3 months, okay? But we can get the process going that's going to lead you in the right trajectory. I can't say that word, trajectory, so that you can get there and help you make those course corrections to get to that destination, okay? So Leah and our clients experience a lot of understanding, a lot of respect, a lot of connection and friendship at this stage, which is awesome. What happens when your spouse hits the pause button is now we start to build on that pause button to create some attraction, to create some attention, to create some connection. And what often happens here is some of these things, okay? And I want to know which of these sound the best to you. If you've never gotten to the stage yet, or you haven't in this part of your marriage right now, let me know which one you look forward to the most. Number 1, your spouse is going to give you the time of day again. 2, we can talk about anything. 3, they actually want to spend time with me. In fact, they often invent excuses to try to be around you more. It's really fascinating and it's really fun when this happens. And I always get a kick out of it because, you know, I've got a client, you know, they've been married, I believe 43 years. So she's an older client and her husband's now hanging around the house and doing handyman jobs. Like they're separated. So he keeps coming over to her house and being like, can I help you with that? He was even helping her fold laundry the other day. And she was like, Heather, in her sweet little, you know, Southern old lady accent. It's really weird, but I really like it. It's really weird, but I really actually like it. He's inventing reasons to be around me. And then 4, you're just friends again. You feel like there's respect. You can talk about anything. You guys have no more tension between you. All of the tension is gone. 3, and the others would follow. I've got Bill, 3, we can talk about anything. Yeah, Melissa, 3 and 4, Glenn, 3. A lot of you guys like 3, awesome. Neil, 3 and 4, I cannot wait to get you there. It's gonna be so cool. Susanna, 2 and 3. Awesome. Michael, 3. I think I got all your answers. Okay. All the above as it used to be, Michael. Susanna, 4, 2 and 3. Stephanie, awesome. That will be awesome, won't it? Right? But I'm here to keep it super real. Okay. And I need to know, I need to let you guys know that a lot of people make a crucial mistake at this stage. So you've hit the pause button, your spouse has hit the pause button. Now you're building some connection. Now you're building some friendship. The tension is gone. You're able to talk about anything. So raise your hand if you feel like you're here. You might be here if your spouse is saying, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. And you get stuck at the friend stage. Okay, Glenn, that's where you're at. Okay, cool. So, and a couple of you, thank you. So do not make the mistake that most people make in this stage. Sometimes you think that you're done and you're not done yet. That's why we still have step 4. So do not miss this step. So you remember their story behind why they wanted out. Well, that's why we have step 3 here, okay? All right, so tell me, what is your experience with stage 2 here so I can make sure you don't fall into the trap that most couples do when they get here, okay? So once I sensed they were coming back to me, I pushed them too hard and they pulled away again, which is keeping you stuck in the friend stage. 2, I asked them to renew our vows, to come back home, to stop the affair and the divorce, and it totally backfired. That's a really common one. Okay, 3, we got stuck in this friend stage. 4, we never got to this stage yet at all, right? You're still in stage 1, okay? And 5, we're already divorced, okay? So yeah, Mark 4, Michael 4, Susanna 4. So a lot of you have never gotten to the stage. Melissa 1, Glenn 3, yep, that's really common. John 2, super common, yep, Stephanie 4. Okay, so a lot of you have never gotten to the stage yet. We'll get you there. But for those that are at this stage, let's talk about how to break through it. Most couples, they make a mistake at this stage and they either haven't gotten there yet or they push too much. And that's why it's so important that you get getting tongue-tied, why you get step 3 right, like Leah did. So you guys want to hear her story in her own words. You guys said it earlier. I know Keith was excited about it. Neil, let me know if you're excited about it. John, Stephanie, Lisa, if you guys want to hear her story in her own words of how she saved her marriage when her husband wanted out, when he was having an affair and in love with another woman. Mark says, yep. Okay, cool. I'll share it with you right now. Let me know if you can hear it. Okay.
So my husband started cheating on me in November, and I found out in February, about a month before our son was born, and I was broken. I thought that I was never going to get through it. I felt like a part of me had died. And I didn't know what to do. And then one day, about 3 months ago, I found an ad on Facebook talking about the program. And for me, it was a sign from God, because I was at my wit's end. I didn't know what to do anymore. I felt like all I was doing was walking in circles. And so I joined the program on my last leg of hope, and it made a huge difference in my life. Because of the program, I started doing more self-reflection, and I started working on me, and I started improving myself and bringing that to my marriage. And because of that, because of following the program and speaking my husband's love language and finding what my husband needed because of the help of the program, my husband and I can now say that we have been married for 5 years as of last week, and he's left the other woman and he's focusing on his family, and he wants to have a future with me, and he wants to have a future with me and our son together as a family. And I'm telling you guys, it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling knowing that I still get to spend the rest of my life with the love of my life. And some of you guys might be feeling like you're losing hope. Don't give up. Don't give up. keep pushing through. When you feel like you have nothing left to give, when you feel like you are on your last leg, you aren't. You have more strength than you realize, and you can get through this, and you will get through this. Just keep doing the program, keep sticking with it, keep believing in yourself. And I promise you guys, you will see a difference.
Awesome. So how many of you would love to get to where Leah is now? And not only did they have their first child together, they've actually gone on and had 2 more children. And when I asked her, what was it like going through that experience of your husband having an affair and wanting out? And she says, it was one of the hardest things that's ever happened to me, but it was one of the best things, because we learned more through that experience than we ever have. And I grew as a person, and we grew as a couple, and all the issues that we had before the affair even happened, we've now learned how to resolve, and we have the relationship of our dreams, and our marriage is incredible. And they truly are one of the happiest couples that you'll ever meet. And you can see them over in our Thriving Marriage Facebook group, as well as so many of our other clients that have done that, gone through this process and restored their marriage. So, whoa, I just blew up my chat there. Okay. Sorry, you guys probably didn't see that, but I did. That was really funny. All right. Back on track. All right. So in step 3, we systematically remove all their old beliefs about us, even the ones that they're hanging on to subconsciously, because our subconscious brain is stubborn. And that's why we need to go in and scientifically help them let that story go through this proven process. So they let go of that story, even if they're hanging on to it subconsciously, to protect themselves from being hurt again. And we replace that story so they see themselves happy with us again. And that's like flipping the magnets the right way. They're just absolutely drawn to each other. So how much do you want this for yourself? On a scale of 1 to 100, how important is it for you to have your spouse want to be with you again? Michael, you jumped ahead. You already put 1,000. You're reading my slide before me. Neil, 100. Glenn, 100. Awesome. Melissa, 100. Love it. Love it. Oh, that's a fancy 100, John. I didn't even know you could do that like that. It's all like red. Awesome. Yeah, you want to get there yesterday. Exactly. That is beautiful and powerful. So I love that. Stephanie, 100. Now, clients like Leah and others, myself, we were told that there's no hope. And sometimes we might even wonder ourselves if is there hope. And that's why it's so crucial that we don't try to do this all by ourselves, that we have the expert guidance that we need to guide us step by step through this process so that we can really succeed. Okay. So remember, with our PATH method, you guys choose your destination. You told me where you want to be 3 months, 6 months, 1 year from now. How do you want to look back at this time at the end of your life? How do you want to be like Leah? She could have gone on and got divorced and be in another relationship, and her husband could be cheating on her again. She could have chose that. A lot of people do. Now, 3 or 4 years later, she is happy, she is blissful and in love, and has learned all the skills that she didn't have before. She's uncovered the truth of who she really is. We guided her step by step through every one of those milestones, helped her husband hit that pause button, and then built up some connection, some attraction, some friendship. And then finally, he let that story go about Leah and saw himself fully happy with her again. And we worked on healing the trust, restoring the trust, and all the things that needed to happen for the relationship to be something that feels safe, that feels good, that feels amazing, that feels blissful to both of you. That is what we will help you do. Okay. So, question for you guys. I threw a lot at you. This is a lot. How many of you might be feeling like you're drinking water from a fire hose right now? All right. Do you guys want to keep this conversation going? Do you want to keep learning about how we can use PATH to save your marriage? How you can get guidance from a PATH marriage coach? Do you want us to tell you whether there is actually hope for your marriage or not? I was really real with Keith. I wish I could give you a different answer right now, Keith, but I'm afraid I just can't until April. And that's what it is. So let me know. Do you want to know what to do in your situation? Glenn says, yes, I do, 100%. Absolutely. Okay, awesome. Then let's go into it. Cool. So the next step is to choose which level of coaching fits your needs best and to share with you exactly what the program is. Sound good? Awesome, John. Cool. So this is our Gold PATH Marriage Coaching Program. Let me open it up here. All right. Can I make that full screen? Beautiful. All right. So here's where I'm going to go into everything that the PATH program is and exactly how we take you from where you are right now and get your spouse back to you in less than 6 months without wasting years in therapy. All right. So the path process is everything we just talked about, and that's what this coaching program does. Okay. But here's the bad news. Okay. The bad news is that we only have 6 spots open right now because we are a small team of coaches. We are 4 coaches, and we limit our clients to a very small number so that we can give you guys the very best attention that your marriage deserves. Okay. So with that being said, we only have 6 spots open right now, and there are going to be about 150 people that are going to see the masterclass before the end of the weekend. And I imagine that these spots are going to be completely full before then. We always fill up super quick. So it's really amazing. We just had some clients graduate. Now we've got 6 more spots open. So our proven path process to save your marriage in less than 6 months without getting your heart hurt. It's all the steps we just talked about to go from where you are to where you want to be in your marriage. Remember, you guys choose your destination. You decide where you want to go. No one else chooses that for you. You decide where you want to go, and we will help you make those course corrections to get there. Now, I'm going to tell you what the program all involves. And if you have a question at any time, let us know. Okay. So the program price, everyone wants to know price right off the bat, right? $4,200 for 4 months. Now, in addition to the basic path process and the entire path program with all the steps that I talked about, we also have some exclusive bonuses. They're only for you guys right here, right now. If you join up today or sign up today for the Path Marriage Coaching, you're the only ones that get access to these bonuses. They're never for sale or available anywhere else other than through this program. You won't find them on our website. You won't find them on our Facebook page. You won't find them on our YouTube channel. Okay. Just letting you guys know it's for you right here, right now, because we found that you guys are our best students. You guys are the ones that are the most dedicated to getting your marriage where you really want it to be. And so we want to reward that and reward you guys as being action takers. So stick around. Let me explain what all of it is so you can make the best decision possible for your marriage. All right. So bonus number 1, okay, is our fast track one-on-one coaching to save your marriage in less than 180 days. All right. Now, what is this? This is 4 one-on-one coaching sessions a month with your marriage coach to get 10 times faster results. Now, this is proven because we've helped so many tens of thousands of students now that we can say this with absolute certainty. That's what this delivers. We typically charge $300 a session, and this is a $4,800 bonus altogether. And it's a bonus to you for free for joining today, okay? We are not therapists. That's why we charge $300 a session, because if you want the fast, most effective way to get this thing turned around and get your spouse back in love with you, that's what it is. All right. So this is especially for those, maybe you've struggled to stick with things in the past. Maybe your spouse is completely checked out. That's where most of our clients start. They're unwilling to work on it with them, just like Leah, just like Dave, right? Or they're unsure if it will work for them. We take the guesswork out of it. So you just literally do what your coach tells you to do. You just literally just do exactly what we say, and you have absolute confidence in yourself and know that it's going to work. And Tanya says over here, wouldn't it be awesome to take the guesswork on how to handle things over the holidays, how to handle the things with the kids and the in-laws and all the extra pressures and stresses, right? Exactly. Here in the coaching, this is where we give you feedback on how you're doing with the path process, how to get your spouse to hit the pause button, how to get unstuck from the friend stage if that's where you are, and giving you clarity and direction on how to make those course corrections, how to stop pushing your spouse further away, how to get communication open, how to have them actually want to spend time with you. So many of you raised your hand and said, I would love it if my spouse actually wanted to spend time with me again. And that allows you can just relax and you can know, just like Leah, just like Dave, other clients I'm going to introduce you to if we have time, that everything is going to be okay. All right. What happens here? What do you experience? What do you get out of the one-on-one coaching alone? Well, what you're going to see is that your spouse is going to start to warm up to you. In this time of year where more marriages are ending in divorce between now and the end of the year, your spouse is actually going to be warming up to you. They're going to hit that pause and they're going to start to take some steps towards you. They're going to start talking to you about important things. The tension is going to be gone. The weight and the heaviness that you feel, the knot of anxiety, is going to be gone, and all of that tension is going to be off of you. Your spouse is going to want to be around you and with you again. And as that tension's gone, guys, you are going to feel so different. I cannot wait to talk to you in a few weeks from now and see what a difference this has made for you, because I do it all the time with my clients, and I can guarantee and know that if you guys follow this process, you will get there too. And that allows you to feel safe and secure, knowing that you are where you want to be and that your marriage is heading in the direction that you really want it to head. I'm actually going to skip this. This is another awesome client story. I'll get back to it if we have time, but for sake of time, I'm going to skip it. All right, so that's bonus number 1, is our one-on-one marriage coaching with a marriage expert. Remember, you can't read the label if you're inside the bottle. That's what we do with the one-on-one coaching. Now, we also, second bonus here is the 1 hour to restore trust group coaching. And that is a value of $1,600, right? Isn't that right? Yeah, $1,600 for free as a bonus for joining with that. So what is this? This is group coaching sessions that fit your schedule. We have clients all around the world. So I know we've got some in Scotland here today. Sometimes we have Australia, UK. It's like 2 a.m. right now for them. We make sure that we have times available for you to get on these coaching sessions that fit your schedule and your time zone, okay? What happens is that in these group sessions, you'll get direction, even more clarity on how to apply the path process to where you are that week, to where you are working on getting to the next milestone with your spouse, how to respond to text messages. Your coach can show you exactly this is how you should respond, how to have hard conversations, and how to get to that next milestone, right? So this is especially for those who feel like, everything you've done hasn't worked so far. Nothing's worked. And you know that if you keep doing the same things, you're going to keep getting the same results, and you're ready to get some new results and do some new things. That's for you, right? It's hard to forgive. If it's hard to forgive, or for them to forgive you, or if you just don't like getting stuck partway through something. I love group coaching. Tanya here will say she loves group coaching. What is incredible about this is that you get to learn and hear experience from students that are like Leah or like Dave I mentioned, and they've gone through this process, and their success will encourage and inspire you. They'll say, oh my goodness, Glenn, Michael, I was where you are. I was there just a few weeks ago. Keep doing this process. It's going to work for you. And then you, several weeks from that, you become one of the older students, and you're helping the younger, newer guys come in, and you say, oh my goodness, I was where you are. Keep sticking with it, and you get to pay it forward to other people that are going through the same hell that you're going through right now, which is an incredible gift to give, an incredible way to use these challenges to not only improve your own life and your own family, but to help inspire other people as well. And that is a way that you build incredible connection, a powerful community, receive additional support, and get help at lightning speed. Our students that attend even one group session a month, just one a month, see their spouse warming up to them faster than those that try to go it alone, and they gain insights that help them have a healthier marriage long term, okay? All right, I'm gonna skim through this real quick, but his wife, getting it all jumbled up. His wife had moved out in April and got to the point where they had a long conversation and wants to start moving back in and reconciling. For the first time in a long time, I feel like we may work it out and be a family again. And so he took the pressure off, got her to push the pause button, and now she's coming back, which is awesome. All right, so bonus 1, one-on-one coaching. Bonus 2 is the group coaching. Bonus 3 is the Rocket Reconnection, getting so tongue-tied. Okay. Rocket Reconnection training. I love this training. Okay. It's 2 times faster results in just 30 minutes, $588 value. So what is this? Well, like I said, we've been doing this a long time, and we've distilled over 100,000 hours of training into 3 30-minute packed videos. And that gives you the best and fastest methods to reconnect with your spouse. Plus, if you're saying, Heather, what about this? Heather, what about that? You can take those specific issues that you have and target them, such as how to end an affair in 3 weeks or less. Yes, we have the method to do that. Open up any conversation. Forgive and heal past pain. how to deal with addictions, alcoholism. Clients I'm dealing with right now, I'm coaching right now are dealing with alcoholism, narcissism, midlife crisis, mental health challenges. So you just scroll through this vault and you find exactly the issue that you're dealing with, and you've got the answer that you need in a click of a button. You don't have to sift through hours of training. You get the solution you need easily and immediately, which is super fun. So what that does is it gives you peace of mind, clarity, and direction on how to handle surprising issues. Again, I'm not here to paint a fairy tale. There's going to be things that surprise you. There's going to be things that your spouse is going to throw a curveball, but we're here to help you get through that so that you keep moving forward quickly to the happy relationship that you want. Here's another little stat, because we've got stats now because we've done this so much. 95% of our students report 2 times faster result with this unique training alone, and we only offer it in this program. So super exciting. I'm going to go ahead and just skip through that, but we've got those 3 bonuses. We've got the one-on-one coaching, the group coaching, and the Rocket Reconnection trainings. Okay. In addition to that, I have 2 more things for you. Okay. 2 more things. Extra bonuses for those that are the first to join. We've only got 6 spots open, but the first to join, if you join today, I'll add 4 30-minute SOS bonus calls that normally cost $600. And I'll do that because I want to reward you guys as being an action taker. Okay. What is an SOS call? This is a session that you can claim with your coach if something unexpected happens and you want to get support right away. So you never feel alone, you never feel lost, you never get stuck in a milestone or backslide. You get help immediately to overcome your biggest challenges. So you don't get stuck in them, but move past them quickly. Issues that probably took you weeks, months, sometimes even years to resolve are overcome in just a couple of hours. I just did one last week with my client who found out that his wife was actually having an affair. Got on the call with him. Instead of it taking, weeks or months or years of having to work through all this, we got them results in just a couple hours. And now they're both moving forward and she's willing to work on things with him. And that's what happens when you have the right method and the right support. All right. So last bonus, this one's super exciting. I have 3 tickets left to our $3,000 2-day unified marriage virtual event. Now we're doing the next one in December 20th, and we do them periodically throughout the year. What are these? These are for couples that are fully reconciled. Okay. You're already committed. You already healed the things from the affair. They're willing to work on the marriage with you. This helps you get to the next level of intimacy, connection, and happiness. Okay. So if you join today, then you can get one of those last 3 tickets worth $3,000. We're almost completely full already for December. We're almost completely sold out as a ticket, as a bonus, right? So just future pace this with me. You join, you get your spouse to hit the pause button. They're willing to work on things with you. At 4 months or less, now your spouse is committed to working on the marriage with you. And now you get to attend the 2-day unified marriage virtual event. So we already got you there. They're already willing to work on things with you. And now you get to the next level and ensure that your relationship stays strong long-term. How exciting is that? I love that. I'm so excited to do our one here coming up in December. And the cool thing is that these ticket is valid for 12 months. So you have the opportunity to use them just as soon as you and your spouse are reconciled and both committed to working on the marriage. So I cannot wait to see some of you guys join right now and get into the unified marriage virtual event. All right, to recap. So today, what you get for joining is the Path Marriage Coaching Program worth $4,200 and these bonuses that are never for sale or available anywhere else other than through this program. All right. First, the fast track one-on-one coaching to save your marriage in less than 6 months worth $4,800 in and of itself. The marriage healing group coaching worth $1,600 and the Rocket Reconnection training for 2 times faster results. And then for those that join right away, additional 4 30-minute SOS bonus calls that normally cost $600 for free. And the first 3 that join, because I've only got 3 tickets left for the rest of the year, you'll get a ticket valued at $3,000 to our 2-day unified marriage virtual event. Again, that's worth $3,000. So all of that together, $14,788, but you can join today in the next 24 hours only for $4,200. Now we're going to put this over in the chat. I'm going to put this over in the chat, this link of where you can join and see everything that we're talking about. Oh, I actually don't have it. So if one of my team members could do it, I thought I hit copy and paste right, but I goofed. So it's highthrivelifecoaching.com/gold. Maybe I'll just grab it real quick. And you should be able to see exactly what I see here. High Thrive, nope, new laptop. highthrivelifecoaching.com/gold. Control copy, control paste. We've got this. There we go. There you go. Now you guys can get in on those last 6 spots that we talked about. So you should see everything that we saw here. Melissa, you said you're ready. Awesome. Super excited to have you in, Melissa. So we are down now to 5. If Melissa's on board, which is super exciting. So down to 5. Congratulations, excited to have you in the 2-day unified marriage virtual event with me, Melissa, now in just a few months when your spouse is fully on board with you, so you can get to even the next level of marriage. So super exciting. And you'll get those 4 emergency SOS bonus calls that we talked about. And that's awesome. So congratulations. So 5 spots left. Once they're gone, they're gone. If we do fill up, then I can add you to a waiting list. But as you know, time's not on your side. And I don't want your spouse to move further towards divorce or separation and have that unhappy situation continue any longer with you guys. All right. So over here on this page on highthrivelifecoaching.com/join-gold, you guys should see everything we just talked about. So I said 6 spots here. We're down to 5. Congratulations to Melissa. That's super exciting. So it's $4,200 like we talked about. We can do a payment plan if that works better for you. We can do $1,050 a month for 4 months. Awesome. Michael, yep, let's talk about it. If you are on a budget, then we may see if there's other options, but we won't be able to offer every single bonus that we have here. That's for the main gold program alone. All right, so any questions about these bonuses? We've got the one-on-one coaching, like I talked about, worth $4,800. We've got the marriage healing group coaching, $1,600 value. We've got the Rocket Reconnection training, where you can go in and target exactly what your issue is, whether it's alcoholism, narcissism, midlife crisis, how to deal with kids and parenting styles. We've got a huge vault, but you just literally go in and find exactly the video you need. And in less than 30 minutes, you've got the answer to that situation. And then of course, the bonus $3,000 ticket to our 2-day virtual unified marriage event. So super exciting. And then those bonus SOS calls. All right, awesome. Tanya, if you want to go ahead and unmute yourself and let me know if there's any questions that I may have missed. But above all, I'm grateful that you guys are here. It says something amazing about you. I'm excited to have those join the program and to get the same results that Leah talked about, that Dave talked about, and so on. So Tanya, any questions that I may have missed?
Sure. Asking, we literally have no marriage, no relationship from roommate status.
So no marriage, no relationship, they're in roommate status?
Yes, yes. And they want to know how they come back from roommate status. Will this help?
Gotcha. Okay. Well, no marriage, no relationship is a little bit different, first of all, than roommate mode. Roommate mode means you are living in the same house and that you are at least under the same roof and seeing each other. And just like we mentioned earlier when I took your marriage health score, if you're communicating even several times per month, then there's opportunity to break out of that roommate mode and build that connection. So what we need to do is make every single opportunity that you have to communicate with your spouse to make that as effective as possible, to start to break out of that roommate mode. Once we've got their attention, then we start to build that attraction. And from there, we take the attraction and deepen that into connection. And then from connection into commitment, that they're willing to do this with you and wanting to do it with you. So there's a little bit of a difference between someone who's completely separated and their spouse is saying, I'm done. I don't want to work on the marriage with you. I want to be with someone else. I'm having an affair. I want a divorce. And that's probably where 85% of our clients are when they start. And roommate mode, where you're actually under the same roof and you're just kind of stuck going through the motions and you don't really have much connection or romance or much of a healthy relationship that you want to have, is actually a much simpler situation and a much faster situation to fix. The more dire ones that I'm talking about, like my spouse is having an affair, there's restraining orders, I can't talk to them until April, like Keith, those situations typically require a greater amount of time in the coaching than those that are in roommate mode or those that are stuck in the friend stage. Typically, we see that those relationships can turn around within 3 months or less, whereas the others take about 4 to 6 months. Does that make sense?
Awesome. Thanks for that clarification. That's a great separation. Need help navigating my words correctly. Some anger issues from the spouse who's being left.
Okay. So the spouse that's being left is angry, or the spouse that is leaving is being angry?
The spouse that's being left is angry and having trouble navigating their words so that they can attract them back.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you look at, I'm super angry, I'm super hurt, then we get into the very reactive mode, right? We become very instinctual and we go into the fight, flight, or freeze mode. And it sounds like if you're struggling with the fight, flight, or freeze, you're probably more in the fight if things are feeling very angry, very blaming, very hostile, where you're kind of coming at them with a lot of the emotions that you're going through. And when we're in fight, flight, or freeze mode, we're never our best. We're like animals reacting out of instinct. And one of the things that we help our clients do is learn how to process through your emotions so that you're no longer in such a tense, fearful, angry, volatile type of state. Because when you're in that kind of state, there's not a lot of room for you to go. There's just not a lot of options. There's not a lot of great healthy behaviors that you can suddenly step into. They're almost all unhealthy, right? And so one of the things that we teach you how to do is to process through those emotions so that you can get out of fight, flight, or freeze mode and go into your higher self, the self that is calm, that is empowered, that is able to see things clearly, is able to determine where I really want to go and how can I act now to move myself in that direction. And that shifts you from a place of disempowerment, feeling like you have no control here, feeling like they are holding all the cards and calling all the shots, and you're really hopeless and helpless here, which is causing you to react very aggressively or, in the fight mode, right? And just shifting that into realizing that what you really want is actually already within you. The peace that you want, the love that you want, the acceptance that you want, the respect that you want, the sense that I'm okay no matter what. That is one of the most powerful things that we help our clients do. And it's actually the reason why I even do this work at all, is learning how to shift out of that reactive state, out of a very limiting belief kind of place, into a calm, centered, empowered state. And it reminds me of a client. I'll change his name to Tim because not every client likes to share publicly. Most don't. We just have some here that do. They want to pay it forward, which is great. But I'll say Tim was very aggressive towards his wife, very controlling. She was having multiple affairs and she was saying, I'm sick of you trying to control me. I'm sick of you telling me what to do. I'm sick of feeling like I can never measure up to you. And so I'm going to go do what I want with whoever I want. And he tried to control her more, which only pushed her away more. And he would come at her with, angry, hurtful, volatile words and actions and behaviors, which only, of course, pushed her further away. But he really loved her, and he wanted to see if the situation could change or could turn around. And he knew he had to look at himself and see what can I control here and what can't I control here. And as we worked together, he realized that he was putting all of his control on things that he actually had no control over: his wife, his kids, his employees, because he was a business owner. And that all of his efforts to try to control everything was because he actually felt very insecure inside of himself. And as we worked on uncovering where that was coming from and stepping into the truth of who he really is, which is the truth of who we all are. I am good enough. I am worthy. I am deserving. I am capable. I am loving. I can trust other people. I can do this. I can receive love. I'm a piece of the divine, right? That's the truth of who we all are. At the core of it, we got to strip away all the other junk that we picked up in this life and get back to the truth of who we really are. And now he says, I'm a rock in a storm and I can't be moved. And he got to a place where he said, you know what? I'm okay, Heather, no matter what happens. Whether she leaves me, whether she has other affairs, whether this marriage is saved or not, I know it's all going to be okay. And when he started acting from that kind of a place, because he learned how to process through his emotions and embody who he really truly is, that's when everything changed for him. By the way, she's still engaged in unhealthy behaviors for a good long time. I'm going to be completely honest, right? Not here to paint a fairy tale. It took a while, but things slowly started to change, because when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. When you start doing some new things, you start to get some new results. If you keep doing the same things you've always done, keep getting the same results. If you don't like the results that you're getting right now, it's time to learn to do some different things, and we'll help you get there. So I hope that answered your question. That's a big one. So that's it in a nutshell. And it's a process, but all you have to do is relax and do exactly what we tell you to do, and know that you're going to get there. And when you get there, you'll know that it's worth everything. It's worth everything to get to that kind of a place, the place of your own peace and your own empowerment that's no longer determined by anyone else's behaviors or actions or anything outside of you. You find it within, and no one can ever take that away. Does that make sense? All right.
Awesome. One last question. What kept coming up was the spouse is leaving, is saying they're unhappy with their life. They're going to find themselves. I've seen High Thrive do such great work with this. Can you talk a little bit about how you even break that nutshell?
Yeah, so that's really going into the story that they've built up about themselves. I'm not happy here. I'm not happy with what I've done. I need to go find myself. And that really, when you get to the heart of what that is, there's 4 or 5 root issues why we typically believe anything. And so what we help you do in the root assessment is uncover why your spouse is saying or believing that, why she believes she needs to go somewhere else to find herself. She's thinking, like most people do when they're in this situation, that the answer is somewhere out there, which is the lie, right? The answer is of who I am and my happiness is somewhere out there. I need to go find it outside myself, is a lie. The answer is that it's always within you. And so what we need to realize is that there's reasons why she's doing that. And when we can uncover what those are, and I can't know what they are right now because I can tell you what some of the common ones are, but that's why we do the root assessment, so that we can read the label accurately and say, okay, this is causing her to believe that, and this, and this. And when we start to address each of those and have the right treatment plan, the prescription plan there, the step-by-step system will systematically remove each of those underlying beliefs that are causing her to feel like she needs to go somewhere else to find herself. The reality is that if she does try to leave and find herself, she'll never find it. She'll never find it outside, because it's only ever found within. And so there's things that we can guide you on and show you how to communicate with her, how to get her to hit that pause button so that she can realize, maybe I don't need to leave to go find myself. Maybe I don't need to leave because I'm not happy here. Maybe I don't need to leave because I'm not happy with how I've treated my husband, or I have this guilt about things. And she'll start to question it. That moves you into the pause button, where she's no longer running away anymore. And she'll start to question that narrative and start to see the possibility, maybe I can forgive myself. Maybe I can find out who I really am and be with my husband here. And that would be something that would be really beautiful and a very healing, empowering place to be. So that's what we guide you through that process. In the middle part, as they're starting to question that narrative, sometimes we call it the ping pong, what's the other word? Teeter-totter.
Teeter-totter.
Teeter-totter effect. Yeah, thank you. It's where they're kind of going back and forth. And they're wondering, can I really be happy here? Maybe I should leave. Maybe I can find myself here. Maybe I can't. Maybe I'm happier here. Maybe I'm happier with someone else, right? And they do that back and forth. That part can be very challenging to go through, but it's actually a very positive sign that you're making progress. And so if you're in that state, I don't think that this person that's asking this question is probably not in that state yet. But if someone listening to this is in that state where their spouse is going back and forth, it can feel really exhausting. And you feel like, am I even making any progress? That's why we're here to guide you and show you exactly how to navigate through the teeter-totter effect to the point where they're no longer bouncing back and forth between you and their story, but they're deciding, no, I want to be with you. I see myself happy with you. I'm safe with you. I love being with you. I crave being around you. And I'm happy and whole right where I am. Does that make sense? Answer the question.
Awesome. So many possibilities.
So cool, Bill. You're gave us your number over there. You're wanting to join. Awesome. I like what Michael said here. Total lunacy, doing the same thing over and over and yet expecting different results each time, right? That's the definition of insanity. Awesome. So congratulations to those that joined. All right, Michael, you said you have to put it on the back burner. So I want you to be mindful of that. Okay. I'm here to let you know. I want you to think about, where is that really going to take you? If you put this on the back burner, where is that going to get you your marriage? What trajectory are you on right now? Are you on the flight plan that's going to get you to the destination that you want? Or are you veering off to Mexico? Is Mexico where you want to go? Maybe it is because it's nicer there right now this time of year. Just kidding. I'm dreaming of the beach. Anyway, but you got to really determine where you want to be. And we do have payment options. We do have payment plans. So leave your number here with the country code. Include the country code, because we've got people all over the world and we don't want to call the wrong number and miss you. So let us know where you're at, and then we can help you. I understand that finances can be tough. I understand that circumstances can be hard. Some of you are paying for 2 households. We can save your marriage for less than the cost of your attorney fees, less than the cost of divorce, which is $30,000, less than the cost of child support and getting sued repeatedly. Like someone I know right now is being sued repeatedly for more and more child support. It's a mess. And I get that you are where you are, and we're here to help you get to where you really want to be. So you choose to make some actions there. I've seen an older man actually up in Alaska sell his snowblower. I'm not kidding. Sold his snowblower to do this and got his marriage back, because he said, snowblowers come and go. My marriage, this woman, this doesn't come and go. This lasts. This is worth everything to me. And he was willing to do that. So awesome. All right. So thank you, Tanya. She's left her number over there one more time. So you can go ahead and just message her directly, or leave your name and phone number here, and we can reach out to you to see if there is a payment plan or an option or another, maybe a lesser program that we can help you with that will meet you with where you are at. But congratulations to those that have joined Gold. I'm super excited to work with you. Super excited in a couple months that you'll be able to share your story that will inspire other people. Even if it's that you just inspire yourself, that in and of itself is worth it, because who do you really want to be at the end of your life? How do you want to look back on this time in your life? Do you want to look back with regret that you didn't do everything that you could have, that something inside of you is saying, I need to do this, and you didn't listen? And you just let yourself stay stuck, just repeat the same painful patterns over and over and over again. Most people live out their lives that way, and it's okay. You can choose that, or you can say, no, I'm ready and willing to step into who I really am and to get some new results in my life. And this is where I'm going. This is what I want to experience. And you can look back on this time at the end of your life with peace, that you did what you needed to do to become who you really wanted to become, and to have the relationship that you really wanted to have. And that piece of knowing I did everything that I could and I have no regrets, to me, that is worth everything. So thank you, Michael. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, everyone, for coming today. My heart, my love, my gratitude goes out to you. Life is really, really short. It's a precious, beautiful gift. And so let's choose to make the most of it now. Thank you, guys, and look forward to seeing you all soon.